Welcome back. As you can see, there's a box that arrived today, and it doesn't have anything other than a FedEx logo on it because I've taken everything else off. It, however, does not have the brand name on it, I don't believe. Oh, maybe it does. Oh, right, there we are. So, we have a soft top now. This is made in Australia. So, goodbye tonneau cover. That'll probably be for sale soon, if anyone's interested. And, so I've already popped it open. And we got our instructions. So it's kind of like the soft topper brand, except for it's got a rigid piece on the inside, which are all these aluminum pieces. But first, you take off the tonneau cover. So you're gonna hear some background noise because the road is being worked on. So sorry, this won't be the best, but we're on to the next step. So the bed is completely removed from the rails, which, for reference, the bolts here are, I believe they're T30s, and then at the front there was a T50, and that removes the rails on the sides. There's no sticky tape, anything on the side here, and then I don't know whether or not I'll need to remove this weather strip or not yet. Time will tell. I may have to remove the molly panel pieces. This does support 770 pounds on it, and that means maybe a rooftop tent in the future. We'll see. Alright, let's get this unpacked. So these brackets will go on first with the pieces. So it's just 2 bolts all the way through. And then go this side. And then 1 on the top. Alright. So we have all 4 brackets on. It is the outer one, not the inner one on the top. That's because of the top piece that goes on towards the end. The eyelets appear to be on the inside, is what I've seen. I guess we'll see. Next are the brackets for down here on the feet, which are right here. These do have a padding on them, so and it's just 2 on each one, and they match up directly to the top, just on the bottom. So I'm going to get those put in, and then it'll be time for the bars that go between them, I believe. Take 73, because every time I try to do this, someone says something. Alright, so got all the brackets on, including the bottom and top. Now, the next step, according to the instructions, is to connect them with, I believe it's these bars, because they don't have caps on the ends. Alright, so we've got a rough rack built together. I need to tighten each of the 2 bolts. There's the doggo. But I'm going to do that, and then we're on to the next step, which is the only step where holes will have to be drilled. So that might wait till tomorrow. Alright, so it's all kind of together now. What I've done now is you measure from the outside edge, 12 inches in, you drill a 3mm hole, and then it goes through to the 3mm hole on the inside, where you have to drill. Done it on the other side as well already. and on both ends, and then these ones will get evenly distributed and drilled as well. Once that's done, then it's ready to go onto the truck. So bear with me, and I'll see you in a moment. Alright, so the measurements on mine are 12, and then between here and the last one is 3 feet, so I did each one at 1 foot markers in between. So it's slightly bigger than 1 foot to the middle there, but they're evenly spaced. Next up, we attach the bottom bars. I've already attached the top little pieces, they're just snap-ins. So these pieces will go from one end to the other, and they're what rest on the bed. They go with these hex bolts. Here. And they'll go approximately here and somewhere in this channel here. I have to figure out exactly where it is, and they are these last long bars, which you'll notice has inserts there and there. The inserts further in are for the rails to connect. So I'm going to connect these ones, and they'll go something like this. Here and there. Something like that. Because then they will get attached from the top side here, which it's upside down. I did flip it if it wasn't obvious. But these will connect into those, and then the whole thing can be assembled. So let me get to doing that. Alright, next up, brackets. Same bolts as the last step, and washers. I'm going to do this upside down because I'm putting them on before I get them onto the actual Jeep. So the way that they'll go is like this, and then these pieces will actually go in to the trail rail to hold in place. The bolts go in, there's a little piece behind it, and you can just slide it behind. So now the last step is to put cover on. So, and then probably go through and retighten everything down, make sure it's all good and tight. Alright, after battle with this and some broken bolts because they didn't want to come undone, I replaced the top piece ones with grade 8 bolts, and I have put on the strip for the back here. The windows or sides, whatever you want to call them, are all rolled up now. These pieces are all tight, and it's complete. It's really nice in here, actually. Just enough window space. I think we're gonna like this. Now for a better view.